But I was to say, for two really, really busy people, you know, you make time. I know people have heard this. You make time for what's important to you.
That's true.
And so if Justin is important to me, you better believe I'm scheduling, you know, if the life is that busy, I'm putting my relationship on the schedule.
Yeah.
And once it's written, it is not changing.
Yeah.
Once that date night is set, we'll tell people now we are not changing it. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Marriage Journey Revealed. We are excited for today's topic. I oftentimes am asked by...
Who are you? Somebody just watched this joint. Who are you?
Oh.
Who am I? What is this? What is we doing?
I'm Crystal.
I'm Justin. This is the Marriage Journey Revealed. Been married for 18 years.
18 years.
Getting it in. So you here.
Yes.
Now the people know who you are. Now go ahead.
I think you should have just opened it up.
I mean, that's not what we discussed though. So you stick to the script.
Okay. I'm excited for today's topic because I oftentimes get a lot of women that come to me or that say, Crystal, talk to Justin to help me to get my husband to be proactive in getting, doing dates. And there's always a complaint about the woman or the women having to schedule the dinner dates, having to initiate that intentional time, initiate romance in the relationship. Whereas in the beginning, when the dating is happening, it comes from the man. The man is initiating. And so I was presented with the question just often, my husband isn't proactive in scheduling dates into, those cute little moments, cute little times that he used to do before we got married. And why is that? Why did the proactiveness and the courting, the wooing, the dates, the romantic gestures, why did that stop? Because
we got you.
It seems like it's just straight to sex. You just that's it. You just head straight to sex. All the other stuff is just like it's done. So what is that? You tell. Why did we think that is?
We got you. It's in the bag. Got the ring on it. Now I got to focus on keeping you.
Okay.
In so many words, but no, on the serious.
That's the word though. Is the keep.
Well, the courting phase is the reason why we court so much in the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's because now we're in intimate settings. The romance is a place where the vibe is set for an intimate conversation, for an intimate setting, so we can actually get to know you.
Yeah.
So by us courting you, doing a romantic approach, mm-hmm. Women tend to let their guard down more. They're more okay. I can talk to him. He's this person that I would want to be with. But then, as time goes on, mm-hmm. relationship builds. We're married.
Yeah.
Moving in.
Yeah.
Like you said, now we got to work on keeping you. How do we keep you? You got to keep a roof over your head.
Okay.
Keep them bills paid.
That's true.
Them nails and them extensions ain't cheap. You know what I mean? Them bundles, because it's a different. Bundles is different than extensions and packs.
Why you have to go there? Okay.
I'm just saying. So now I got to work. I'm working. At first I was working, 30, 40 hours a week mm-hmm. to maintain my lifestyle.
Yeah.
As I'm growing and I'm seeing now we have a kid and it's possible that the lifestyle changed. So now I have to work more hours to build this lifestyle that I want for you in so many words, if that makes sense.
So the responsibility has become greater.
The responsibility. So now our focus isn't necessarily, our focus isn't in courting at this point, it's building. Now we're in building phase.
Okay.
I think what happens oftentimes that women, and you let me know, you correct me if I'm wrong.
I'll try my best. Can't speak for every woman, but I'll try my best.
But I believe that women, oftentimes, they wait mm-hmm. and wait for the man. I was like, he don't do what he used to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't take me out and all this other stuff like he used to.
Yeah.
But it's okay for the women, the ladies to say, hey, you know, we haven't been on a date in a while. Can you take me on a date? Or, offer it. I mean, offer it. Suggest it.
Yeah.
Make it a conversation where it's like, you know what? Can we at least put it on the calendar?
Yeah.
You know, if we could put it on the calendar, then we know, okay, this is the priority. But I know also women want to be fit. They want to be the priority.
Yes, because I would say, I think that it's more so of there's excitement in you not having to be the one to provoke being taken on a date. Mm-hmm. You know, and obviously, you know, it's good for women to also, you know, take your husband out, you know, plan those things. But I say more often than not that it kind of feels like I'm just an afterthought. Like I'm not. Our lives is just going, and now we have to put dates on the schedule, or time has gone by, and I'm consistently, as a woman, having to be the one to say, hey, we haven't been on a date in a long time. You know, we haven't done this in a long time. Just wanting that feeling of knowing, oh, okay, he planned this. He thought about this, you know, because obviously you are busy. You do have a huge responsibility in building legacy, especially if you're a high value man. Like you are trying to build generational wealth for your family. You have a mission, you have a mandate from Christ that you're also doing. And so naturally it can become difficult, you know, but I think that it just, the issue was, okay, even if it's not something that we're doing every single week, mm-hmm. It's like, but Dag, just one time, can you come up with something, plan something, even if it's just unexpected? Hey, love, you know, on this day and this time, clear your schedule. Mm-hmm. I got something planned. And for women, hearing that, that's also a part of foreplay. Because when that's like the beginning of it, because then it's like, okay, what are we doing? You know, you kind of get like a little bit of excitement, and it starts to build up to, okay, I'm gonna, you know, he got something planned. So now I'm automatically disarmed, and I'm starting to feel like special. You know, I'm starting to feel like you've intentionally made me a part of your busy schedule. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, too, time flies.
Yeah,
you know,
it does.
Especially when you're a creator, when you're not only a creator, but you're, like you said, building legacy. Mm-hmm. Time can fly. It can get past you, and next thing you know, you're looking up, and a whole month, 2 months done passed, and
yeah,
like, dang.
That's true.
Why it's important to put it on the calendar. Mm-hmm. But two, it's not that, because you said it's foreplay. Mm-hmm. I've heard conversations, where we could get confused. As men, we get confused because sometimes you say foreplay is a date. Foreplay is, when I come home, the house is clean. That's foreplay. The kids are taken care of. Yes. Responsibilities around the house.
Yes.
That's a level of foreplay.
Yes.
Conversation, rubs, you know.
Yeah.
Foreplay.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the relationship.
That's true.
Of what does that language, because that's a love language. Going on dates and stuff and spend that quality time is a love language.
Yeah.
So what does that look like to you?
Yeah.
And to be able to understand, because I know you don't have to tell me that you do, although you do, mm-hmm. you do tell me that we need to go on a date, or it's been a minute, or can we go on a date?
Yeah.
But I could tell by your behavior that I'm like, oh, she needs a break. And oftentimes, even I need a break, even as a man. Yeah. But on top of that, I know there was times where I'd rather not be bothered, because I know that when we weren't at a good place, where I'm at a point where I don't want to go on a date with you because I know an argument is going to arise, or we're going to have a disagreement.
That's good. I'm not
going to feel respected on this date.
That's good.
So it really depends on the individual too. They may be at a point in the relationship where the guy really doesn't want to be bothered by his woman, or vice versa.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother. That is a root of why, obviously, the proactiveness in romance isn't happening, that needs to now be unraveled, because that takes counseling and coaching to find out why are you in a relationship where you don't want to be bothered? How did it get to that level of I'm not being proactive in dates because I don't feel like being bothered? If I schedule this date, it's going to start off as I just wanted to take you out and do this, this, and this. And then it turned into me hearing everything I've done wrong. Me hearing why did it take so long to do this? It turns into an argument. And for women, we have to make sure that when our men are intentional about scheduling those dates and doing this and spending this time with us, that we're not using it as an opportunity because we can finally get you to sit down. We can finally get you to talk with us and have a conversation. Now our date has turned into a nag session, so it's twofold. That communication has to be happening throughout, checkups, how's the maintenance happening in between the dates?
Right.
So that when you get to the date night, or whatever date day, brunch, whatever time we're spending together, it doesn't turn into, I finally got your attention. Now I'm going to spew everything on you.
Yeah.
Because that will definitely prevent you from wanting to do a date.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And vice versa. My question.
Yeah.
My question. Why in the beginning, because I have men say this too, men come to me and say the same thing, but on top of that, we've even experienced this whole situation.
Yeah.
Why we gotta beg for the coochie?
Why you have to say it like that?
That's what it is. It's beg for the coochie.
just a different word or something like that,
The poom poom?
Whatever you want to call it.
What's a good word for it? Why we gotta beg for sex?
Yeah. No, well, Lord, whatever. However you want to say
it. She don't like talking about sex.
It's just your choice of. It's just his choice of verbiage.
Oh, Lord.
But I think that this conversation is good because I think it 1,000% goes hand in hand. Do you want to be intimate with someone that isn't being proactive in romance? I think that plays a part on it. Even just like men, with having to
Hold on, because men don't say, I stopped being romantic. Well, have I had that conversation? No, I guess you're right. It could play both sides. Because typically men don't say, I'm not being romantic because she ain't giving me the coochie. Nobody
says that. First of all, no one used the word coochie. Why are we doing that? Second, I'm saying like it starts to drift. Like for instance, with the conversation is why men aren't as proactive in romance after you're married. It starts to drift, and there is something starts and stops. So even with women not being as intimate or wanting intimacy in that. On that level, sex, I think it's the same thing. It's just for men, the romance stops, just like you said, the responsibility grows. Well, even for women, we're taking care of the kids. Your day is busy from the time you wake up. Your mom, your sister, your aunt, you're having to work. You're constantly being pulled on, having to clean, having to cook. And then on top of that, now my duty at the end of the day is I'd have to also be intimate with my husband, but as women, you're drained. And if you're not having that romance throughout the week, throughout the day, just, the small little gestures, for women, that is a form of foreplay, which helps to kind of take you out of the mode of mom, out of the mode of, business owner, or out of the mode of employee, out of the mode of student, out of the mode, just kind of like to decompress and become wife, woman. And so where the romance stops or dies down on the men's side, if sex is dying down on the women's side, I think that there has to be a level that you're both going, okay, what's the cause and the effect on both sides of that?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. So you have a woman, a lady, that is trying to engage. She don't got the lingerie. You know, she's trying to set the mood and all that. And the man comes home and she's trying to, you know, get intimate. But the man isn't reciprocating. Yeah. Isn't really like, he comes home, because it happens like that. I've heard those stories as well too. Yeah, where, I have to. The man's not reciprocating. He's really not really into his woman like that. He's not having sex with her and stuff like that. Yeah. So what? And now the woman feels like, dang, what's wrong with me? I'm not attractive? Something wrong with me, and I'm not attracted to him anymore? Or you know, that conversation. What do you say to that woman that's in that position right now?
Yeah, I think that to that woman and to that man, we need to figure out what is the root of it. Again, all these situations and all these things stems from something. It stems from something. Where did it slow down? What was it that caused it to either be a full stop, half stop? Look, we're in the production world. What caused it to slow down? Because if that is a huge issue, and if it's consistent, it's not just like, oh, tonight I don't feel like it, but it's something that's happening consistently, then there's some counseling that needs to happen. Or even if it's just a matter of, let's really have a conversation. That's and let's talk about it first. Let's okay, you know, tonight this is what happened. You know, I really wanted this, but what's going on with you where you're not, you know, feeling it right now? Yeah.
No, that's good. And typically from experience, it's normally just because we just doggone tired. Tired. So what happens when you have, like, you are, like, it's just two busy lives, you know, two really, really busy lives, and you're trying to figure out, you know, how do we, because we also hear that a lot, because I'll just say this, for us, date nights are super important. If you're following the Marriage Journal Revealed, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you're following, you'll see that we take date night seriously. For us, it is a necessity. You know, it's very important because we are very busy people. And a date night may not be a full-on go to a restaurant. It may just be, we want our house empty, just nobody, and then we have intentional time together. Just we could literally just be sitting on the sofa, but that intentional time, phones off, whatever it is, that's a date. That's a big one too. Phones off. When you're on date night, it's all about the individual. Yeah. If I see Crystal pick up her phone, that's grounds for.
He does. You know, he holds me to it.
That's grounds for a pop. Pop that hand.
He don't pop my hand. Y'all don't even think that's what's going down. But I was to say, for two really, really busy people, you know, you make time. I know people have heard this. You make time for what's important to you.
That's true.
And so if Justin is important to me, you better believe I'm scheduling, you know, if the life is that busy, I'm putting my relationship on the schedule. Yeah. And once it's written, it is not changing. Yeah. Once that date night is set, we'll tell people now, we are not changing it.
So one thing that what I dislike is I ain't gonna say I dislike. I don't like being held to a last minute decision for a date night. Yeah, now, that's good. You're upset because you want to go on a date tonight, but I already had my mindset as I'm coming home to chill, but you really... Yeah. Now, if I could read it and I said, man, she really needs this, or on top of that, I'm like, you know what, this might not be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and go. So, you know what? Let's bring us to this. So, date night rendezvous. That's huge. So what Crystal and I did is we created date night rendezvous. Yeah. Which is a challenge. And tell them a little bit about the challenge. What is the purpose of date night rendezvous? And then I'll break down whatever you leave out.
The purpose is obviously to make sure you're dating each other. Because the hard part in marriage is clearly making sure that you're keeping each other engaged. You're keeping the romance. It's so important that you don't get married. You do all of this in the beginning. You're dating, you're having fun. You're really into each other's lives, and then you get married and life starts lifing. You start to combine your lifestyle with each other. And instead of using that as an opportunity for it to enhance, things start to slowly dwindle. And so most married couples, when we ask the question, when was the last time you were on a date? And just about everybody I ask are like, ooh, we probably need to do one. I'm like, but when was the last time? And it's usually like months that people have not been on a date. And me and Justin, we laugh and joke, but they are super important to us. My time with my husband and making sure that he knows things like I don't eat Greek food is important. So the date night rendezvous is something that we wanted to do to just share a part of us and what's important to us with everyone, but to give people an opportunity. Thank you, babe. But to give people an opportunity to come on a date with us. Yeah,
not just us. That's the end. Cause everybody ain't about to get no date with us. Cause I don't want to be with everybody on a date like that, like talking about. So not everybody. We'll get select few.
Y'all see how he just flipped that? So we're excited to let you know that we have a new Facebook group, TMJR Conversations. That's The Marriage Journal Revealed Conversations. That's the acronym. We want you to make sure that you join it so that we can give you ideas for an affordable date, adventurous date, luxury dates, chill time, just intentional time. We're going to share with you some ideas, and we're going to hold you to making sure that you do at least one date once a month. That's it. Now, obviously, we want to get you to where you're doing more, but you now have a group, a family to hold you to one date. So with that being said, go right now. We'll add some information in the description. Join our Facebook group, TMJR Conversations.